Guys, welcome back. Mike here. I'm your host. This is Mike's RC Corner. We're doing an unboxing today. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hope everyone's having a great day. This is exciting stuff here. We're going to unbox a four-wheel drive truck. This is from a company called HOSIM. You can find them on Amazon. They're on Amazon.ca. I'm from Canada, but they're also on .com, and I'm sure they have more international stores too. We got the HOSIM, H-O-S-I-M, the HOSIM 9125 four-wheel drive truck. This is very similar to the GP Toys model line, the s911, the 9115 and stuff. It's rebranded under a couple different names, so this one's pretty cool, guys. Those ones were two-wheel drive. This is four-wheel drive, and as you can see here, the box art here says it's 46 km/h speed four-wheel drive. They say it's got waterproof levels, probably splash proof. You could probably run through some puddles. I wouldn't necessarily submerge it. It's kind of what it looks like with the wheels off and everything. It's got a good look at the body over here. It says double motor, electronic power driven, so we'll have to check that out. I believe there's two motors underneath. All-in-one radio system at the ESC whatever. Let's just see here. Also, it's got a 1600 milliamp hour lipo inside, 2.2K servo, so pretty good specs on this one, guys. That's what the radio will look like. So let's just sit tight for a sec here. I'll get it out of the box and I'll show you what all comes inside. Alright, cool stuff. We got this out of the box and we got numerous things. So let's just take a quick peek at some of the accessories that come with it. Then we'll have a look at the truck itself. And I'll give you some thoughts and I'll point out some things on it. So let's first tackle the manual. Now I like this already. This is a manual. You can see that is a magazine type style. It's got that glossy page feel to it. Looks clear. It's all English. Pretty cool stuff. It's got diagrams inside, and the part I like most about it is it has blow-ups of how to reconstruct this thing or take it apart, and all the part numbers are in there. You can look really closely here. There's all the part numbers by all the pieces that assemble this model, and they also have a little catalog guide of what all the parts look like, so you can search these up on the internet. I'm sure probably on Amazon, maybe on the HOSIM site, or even other hobby sites that sell same brand. You can find the spare parts for it, and that's pretty cool because it'd be kind of bad if it ever broke. And let's just get that out of the way. RCs are going to break. Even some of the best RCs in the world, the brands, your favorite brands, you run them, you hit something, things tend to break. And the worst part is buying online is trying to have parts for it, and I feel that there is part support for this. So that's cool stuff. We got that out of the way. You get extra body pins and a cross wrench. I will say the body pins are pretty small. This is kind of passing off as a 110 scale truck. I think it kind of falls in a 112 size, possibly. It's kind of middling, but the wheels are definitely like a 110 size. But anyways, you get a nice solid metal cross wrench, and that's for the wheel nuts there, of course. And that is cool and appreciated. Put that to the side. You get a basic 2-cell LiPo charger for this LiPo here. It outputs, 2-cell only. And looking for some specs on the output, we'll look at the plug, and it says 800 milliamp hour. So being a 1600 milliamp hour LiPo, 800 milliamp hours, you can guess it's going to be probably just a little over 2 hours to charge the battery with the stock charger. And note, the adapter is North American style. The battery's cool. There's the balance lead. One thing I really appreciate about this model is it comes with a T-plug, or a Dean's plug as many people call it, and that's a good size LiPo, and that's a very common size. I know you can find that on many websites, so if you want to get yourself another battery, that's pretty cool. I think I already might have some batteries this size, So that'll just prolong the play of this truck. I would just give it a few minutes to cool down in between batteries. Let's move this away for a sec here, and we got the radio, really light, pretty cool stuff. Takes 3 AA's on the bottom side, and it's got a good feel. I have a probably medium to large size male adult hand, as you can tell, and there's plenty of room in there for a large hand. It's got a foam wheel, no antenna, just a nub here. It feels pretty balanced, pretty nice. You got a big on-off switch here. You got your steering dual rate and a steering trim here. That's pretty cool. And a steering reverse. And over here we got a high and low mode for throttle. So that's speed mode, it's called on the radio. So that's pretty cool. We'll have to check that out. So probably a lower mode, maybe something if you have someone younger using this, and pop it in the high, obviously for experienced RC driver, be a little more fun and a little more agile and power. Pretty cool stuff. I like it. I like that they have a foam wheel on this. And stock radio wise goes, it isn't the greatest stock radio I've ever seen, but it's far from the worst. I'd say it's pretty, just rate average or slightly above average for a stock radio that you would get. Alright guys, so the truck itself, I think this truck looks pretty darn good. I like the paint scheme on the truck. I think that's pretty sharp looking. It's quite flexible, so I don't know how it will hold up on some tumbling and crashes, but I think it should be okay. It's got white backing, as you can see. That's just a painted scheme, and no stickers applied. Those are right on, and actually I believe this has the overspray film on. Let me just take a quick peek. Yes, the overspray film is on here, so it can be peeled off, and then you'll really get a shiny feel for it. It's on there pretty good. I'll peel it off maybe after the video. Maybe I can get a good thing here on the corner. Yes, I do have it here. So as you can see, there's an overspray film on the Lexan, so you just peel it right off, and now you see that it is super shiny, super brand new RC. Woohoo! So it fits on real nice. I did mention earlier the pins were kind of skinny and smallish. I found I'm a little concerned. It kind of seemed that they might come out a little bit easy, but our clips, body pins, you should go out and buy extra ones anyways. Buy a little bit bigger, better ones. Put little ties on it so they're easy to find if they come off. Pretty cool stuff. Let's just take a look. Now I think this thing's got a pretty wide footprint. It just feels wide. The tires are big, and it's a monster truck, you know. So that's pretty cool. We'll keep the body off here. So shocks wise, you get 2 shocks on each side in the rear, but only 1 in the front. I find that a little different. But that's to give clearance for the steering rod here. Though there is, the joints are there. The 8 arms looks in the front. They do have some for shock mounts, but when you do the steering turn, it would hit the shocks, so that's why they're not there. I'd say they're non-oil filled shocks, so that's something you could probably upgrade if you really like this RC and want to hop it up a bit. Find some shocks that match the length and put some oil filled shocks that only improve the drive handling on it. But it's a lot stiffer in the back, obviously, because there's 4. The front seems a little bit bouncy, and we'll see how that works out when we drive test it. I'm just going to talk about the tires. Oh, hear the air coming out. There could be foam in there. I think there is foam in there. I'm not 100% sure, but there's definitely a lot of air. They're not soft, they're not hard. I'd say it's pretty right there in the medium compound, and these tires will act like shock absorbers in themselves just because of the way they are. And they're pretty cool. They're grippy, and I think they'll be good on all surfaces, and that's what we're looking for. It's got bumpers. The bumper is bendy on the front. It's stiff in the back. It's a little bendy on the edges, but especially in the middle, it's pretty solid. We got an all-in-one receiver in here, ESC receiver, and hot surface, don't touch. And it says it's a 60 amp receiver, so that's pretty cool. So they tell you the rating on it. You see the antenna sticking out. Now I can see in here there's two brushed motors. There's vents here, air venting there for the motors to cool themselves. There's also side fin ones here to let the air in to cool the motors down. So there's two brushed motors in there. That is pretty nifty. So the servo would be under here, of course. Now it has a pinch system to get the battery tray off, and it works well. Previous models that look like this, they had these little things little arms that swung in and locked it down, but this just pinches on, and it's on good and tight, and you just pinch and it clips in. And as you can see, there's the Dean's plug, and the battery just fits in nice. It's got a little trough to put the plug and everything down below, but you can't fit anything bigger than this size of battery in. It's pretty. You maybe got a couple millimeters. If you can find one that's spec'd a little bit longer, maybe 2-3 millimeters more, but it fits in there pretty tight, so you have to stay within the classification of the LiPo battery size. Alright, so of course this is all plastic here. We got Phillips hardware. That under here we have some bracing. It's kind of Traxxas style, and I'm not sure. That feels metal. This feels metal. These hinge pin holders, I believe, are in metal. Yeah, that's metal. It's hard to tell though. It's a weird color, but it feels cold a bit. So that's what's the giveaway of plastic. It doesn't feel cold, and this has a metal feel to it. So that is cool. The strength, the weaknesses in a lot of things are where the hinge pins are, and that will strengthen it because that's where the hinge pins go into, and it's also bracing, so that's pretty cool. That'll take a lot of the hits when you land on the ground, and it bottoms out on some jumps and bumps and stuff like that. A-arms are a bit bendy, flexible. Seems like they can take some abuse. There's upper and lower arms everywhere. The steering rack is plastic. The linkages going out, they're non-adjustable. Nothing here is adjustable for toe and camber. So it is what it is. That's how it's set up, and that's how it's going to run. That, guys, is pretty standard stuff. What's next is the running video. I hope you guys will tune in for that. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing video. I hope to cover all the things you would like to know about this RC. Thanks again to HOSIM for sending this for review. This is the unboxing. Of course, the running video will be out shortly. We'll take this outside and give it its paces. We'll see how it does. Stay tuned for that, guys. Appreciate you always tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this. Take care, everybody. I hope to see you again on the next one. All right, peace out.